Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I am a wildlife and pet portrait artist. I also do a lot of equines and I do a little bit of everything. I am a graphite artist, I am an oil painter, I do pastels, colored pencils. So I do a little bit of everything, and in today's video I am going to be painting a bluebird. The size of this painting is going to be 6 by 6 inches and I've just painted it on a cheap Amazon canvas, that come in the 12 packs, and just nice, easy afternoon painting. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos, hit that subscribe button. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts so I can make these videos even better. For today's video, I am going to be using Galkyd oil painting medium. So this is really good to loosen up the paint so we can get those fine details, and it also decreases the drying time, which is really nice. And I'll also be using Gamsol, also by Gamblin, and that is also, it's almost like a paint thinner, and it also speeds up the drying time. So that just really makes it so that my paint is looser, and so I'm able to cover more ground with it, but it does mean that it's more transparent. So we do have to work in more of a layer style. Okay, sorry for this long-winded intro, so shall we get started? So starting off the painting, I have mixed Pthyalo Blue with titanium white to do this lovely blue color. Remember that this is just a beginning layer, so the colors don't have to be all that accurate. We're just looking for a basic. Obviously, the less revisions we have to do, the faster this painting will take, so that's always nice. The nice thing about oils is you can blend them, so I'm able to transition one color into another color by just slowly working in circles and moving one color into another, which is really nice. It's one of my favorite things about oils. You'll notice the brush I'm using is literally just a cheap brush that just comes in one of those packs. It's really good for just blocking in color when you're not looking for detail and just holding a lot of paint. So going down into the details, you can see I'm able to get some of those nice sharp points with this brush, but I'm not going to do any details with it. Moving into this red color, I'm doing a medium value peach, and we can put highlights over the top, so we don't need to make them too light, which we don't want to do. We always want to be able to take a color to the next level. Mixing burnt sienna and cadmium orange, we're able to get this nice rust color, and you'll notice blending the two colors together. When you look at birds, they have different areas of highlights and different areas of shadows, and they intermingle with one another. You'll also notice that I'm not doing any detail yet. It's purely blocking in the colors. Putting in that darker blue now and then transitioning it to the others. Realized it's too dark, so I'm able to put that light color over the top and lighten it a bit. And I'm also able to move the mix of that light and dark blue into other areas, so it looks like it fits into other areas of the bird. So you can see too, I'm working in one section at a time. Here, this is a bit of yellow ochre, titanium white, and a little bit of black, just to desaturate it to get those underparts of the belly. And you'll see I'm working with the shadows in shapes, and that's because I need to leave those areas open for the highlights, because I don't want them to go too dark. So you can see I'm just painting in sections. Going over with the white, and it didn't make too much of a difference, but when this layer is dry we can then go in. So now I'm starting on detailing. You'll see that I'm using a rigger brush. This one is Rosemary & Co. and it's my absolute favorite. So feathers are like hair, there are lots of singular strands. So here you could see I made a mistake. I've done that black out of the beak line, and I made quite a few mistakes in this painting from the head shape of the bird, but you'll see how easy it is to clean up. So for your paint, how thick or thin you want it, you want the paint to be thin enough so it's easy to move, but you don't want it so thin that it is hard to control. You'll know what I mean if it gets to that point. Like, it will kind of bloom and like spread out, and that's not what we want. So you'll see the cleanup there. So basically what I did is I just had a clean paintbrush with some Gamsol on it, and I'm able to wipe away that mark. So you can see I'm starting to get away from the original shape of the head, which was a mistake. And that's purely like I made the mistake and then I try and fix it, and then, you know, I just keep making it worse, and then you'll see it, I eventually take a whole chunk of that head off to make it the correct shape. You are able to see my mask stick in this. So it's the silver stick, and it's basically got a ball on the end. And this is what I use to steady my hand and make sure that my hand doesn't touch the canvas as well. It's my favorite piece of equipment I have, and I couldn't live without it, purely because I have something that causes my hands to shake, and so this just allows me to have a steady hand. And so I highly suggest you invest in one of those, and you can literally buy them from anywhere. You can get them from Amazon, you can get them from art stores. You know, it's literally just a stick with a ball on the end, and I've wrapped a t-shirt around the ball of mine so that it's less harsh. So you can see with that rigger brush, I'm able to get those nice slim lines, and I'm painting the feathers in the direction and the length that they are in my reference photo. And you also want to overlap those feathers over the top of the other areas to create those nice transitions. You're not going to have too many solid straight lines of one color butting against another. Generally, there is always a little bit of overlap. So you can see the bird is really starting to come together at this stage. You know, we've got those beautiful bright colors and just working our way from section to section. I decided to do the bird first, but you could have easily have done the background first if you wanted to. It just depends on the way you like to work. With oil paints, you can put a light color over dark color when it's still wet, but the more you work an area, the more the colors are going to blend together. So it is important to make it minimal, because you can always add another layer, right? There's nothing to say that you have to do this all in a single layer. So I really hope you are enjoying this video. If you are, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos, hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I will be doing painting videos, graphite drawing videos, colored pencil, and maybe some pastels as well. So if you want to see more of those and also improve your drawing, subscribe to my channel and you'll get to see those. And of course, if you have any comments or questions, please drop them below. I would love to know how to improve my paintings. So I have taken a bit of that yellow, and that is the light reflected from the flowers. So here you can see me fixing that head shape. Really wasn't happy with it, and that is just a paintbrush with Gamsol on it, and then I clean it off on paper towel. So you can see how thin lines I can get with this rigger brush. And the only reason I can do this is because of my mask stick. So it keeps my hand perfectly steady to put the paint exactly where I want. Now, you could have easily have painted the stick before painting the legs. That would have probably been the easier thing to do, but I very rarely like to make my life easy. So why not legs before the branch? You'll also notice that so far I've only used 3 brushes. The cheap one from Amazon, the rigger brush from Rosemary & Co, and this straight one also from Rosemary & Co. Okay, branch time. So because we are using the Galkyd and the Gamsol, it makes our paint rather transparent. So you can see it's not very dark. So we're going to need a couple layers for this branch. These straight ones are also really good at blocking colors. I just wanted a little more smoothness blending. So it's really important to study branches and things, you know, as wildlife artists or animal artists, we're going to spend a lot of time drawing these things, just like grass. So you want to make sure to study them. Typically, they are dark top and bottom, but the middle is a lot lighter where the highlight is. So this middle section is going to be our strongest highlights. So you can see, even though I'm putting bright white there, it's not showing as bright white because of the colors underneath. And then the details go over the top and blending the shadowy areas in with the rest so it's not too harsh of a transition. And also remembering to put a shadow where those petals are going to cast a light. All right, background. So this background is sage green with a little bit of titanium white. Now, because of not all colors have the same transparency, so because the sage green is rather transparent, I'm going to have to do multiple layers of this background to get rid of the brush strokes. And you can see how easily I'm able to outline this background on with the flat brush. Because we're able to be super accurate thanks to the mask stick, I'm able to put that background in. So when it comes to backgrounding, there are 2 different effects that you can do. You can make a really solid edge, or you can make a blurred edge between your subject and the background. And you'll see the blurred edge on the front of the breast. And so what that does is it just kind of situates the bird into the background, which is so it's not like a sticker. It just kind of blends the two nicely. And a lot of artists use this technique to define their work. So you'll see that they do this a lot, and that's how you know that their work is theirs. And don't be afraid to make a mistake. You know, we can recresp up edges and things, and yeah, don't worry about making mistakes. You can see on that tail on the left side, it's blurred that tail a bit, which is really nice. As we go, you know, you can make it so that your entire tail has a blurred outline so that it is out of focus. So I really hope you are enjoying this video. If you are, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos, hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I will be doing painting videos, graphite drawing videos, colored pencil, and maybe some pastels as well. So if you want to see more of those and also improve your drawing, subscribe to my channel and you'll get to see those. And of course, if you have any comments or questions, please drop them below. I would love to know how to improve my paintings. You know, and we're able to retouch with those blues. So even though the paint is all wet, we're able to continue going back in. Flower time. So the flowers are just cadmium yellow and a little bit of titanium white. Cadmium yellow is super transparent, so that's why you can see the pencil marks underneath, which I don't know is a good or a bad thing because it defines our shape still. So here I was trying to get rid of the pencil marks by going in with another Rosemary & Co brush, and this one holds more paint. So I was hoping it would get rid of the brush strokes by unloading more paint with each stroke, if that makes sense. And it did a very good job, but it's not perfect. But this is why we do multiple layers, just to make sure that the next layer, we're just hashing out the perfections. Okay, so I'm putting in those shadows, and that's with cadmium yellow and yellow ochre. It's always important to detail other areas of your painting. You know, we obviously want the bird to be the main focus, but the flowers and the branch also need highlights and shadows and things. Plus, we also need to cover up those pencil marks as well. If you don't have a good reference for, say for example, you found a photo of a bird sitting on a branch but there's no flowers and you want to add flowers, just go on the internet and search for flowering trees and or bushes, of course. And that's what I did for this one, because the original branch was super clustered with flowers, and so it was making it hard to read, and which would be harder to draw because they're all different. They're all interlocking flowers, so it was never a perfect flowered for me to draw. So I went online and looked up this species of bush, which I can't remember the name, and then that way I was able to decide which flowers to add to my painting and which ones to exclude, and then I can also strategically place them where I want to place them as well, and also have flowers going in different directions to add interest as well. So you can see, even though I'm using this big paintbrush, thanks to the mastic, I'm able to really get those fine details in despite the larger brush. So this is the bluebird as it stands. May do another layer on this in another time, but I'll show that in another video. And I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll be doing drawing videos, painting videos, and you know, some colored pencils, maybe some pastels. And so if you want to improve your painting skills or coloring skills or your overall drawing skills, hit that subscribe button to learn more. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below and I'll do my best to answer them. And I'd love to learn how to improve these videos so that I make them even better for you. All right, and until the next video, hope you guys have an amazing time and be happy drawing and painting and have fun doing it. All right, bye.